So another question we've had is, how do I decide how my staff should be working going forward?
Well, it's vitally important you do your research. You need to consult with your people, consult with your managers, analyse their job roles and activities, and decide what works for your business. What your people want, their preference, and what's right for you and your customers as a business could be two very different things. However, you do need to find the right middle ground. There is a increased demand, we're seeing a very high demand for some form of flexibility going forward. 95% of people that we've surveyed want some form of remote working going forward, and 56% of those would be unhappy or very unhappy to return to how things were pre-pandemic. So if you don't address the issue of allowing your staff greater flexibility and giving them and continuing with some form of remote working, which they've got used to during the pandemic, you might find that staff vote with their feet. What's interesting, however, is although we're saying it's 56% would be unhappy or very unhappy, that's down from the last time we collated all our results in October. That's down from 75% in October. So there is actually a pendulum swinging back to staff wanting to return to the office more. What's also interesting is, as I said, it's important that you make this work for your business and more importantly for your customers. You've got to analyse what your customers need. What do they want from you now? How has that changed? How are you going to deliver those services to them? What working patterns? How, when and where do your people need to be working to deliver to your customer needs? And interestingly, again, from sort of research that we've done, only 5 to 8% of companies are actually thinking about allowing their staff complete freedom of choice. There will be some form of structure or parameters or a tariff set around it. Some are being very, very radical actually and being completely open with and allowing their staff complete choice. Others are being, the other end of the scale, they're being very structured on rotas and tariffs by job role, whereas others are more setting an expectation somewhere in the middle, because I think everybody recognises that face-to-face contact is still important. Home and remote working doesn't work for everybody. It's not the best way for training and mentoring new staff. Collaboration can be done remotely, but it is actually a lot better face-to-face. So I think some form of middle ground is what we will see, but do your research. That is absolutely vital. Put in the hard yards, do your research, ask your people.
Great, thank you, Colin.